Hi, lecturer. Today I will be talking about how money moving around the world, what we call financial globalization, and how it affect our planet health is a big issue and is important to understand both the good and the bad side. To start, let's see how big this is. Imagine that the amount of the money flowing through global market each day is enough to buy all of Malaysia. Also, most of the company, most of the world's economy is controlled by giant companies like Apple, Amazon, and Toyota, which operate in many countries. This global flow of money has helped the world economy grow. But this but this growth has come at a great cost to our planet. Picture this forest in Picture this forest in poor country are disappearing at an alarming rate. Electronic waste from wealthy nature is being dumped in this region, causing severe pollution. As richer countries tighten their environmental regulation, their pollution problem are often just transferred elsewhere. So, who protects our planet as money move around? One problem is that companies are always looking for more profit. This lead to action like mining companies cutting down rainforests. For example, the Amazon rainforest is being clear for mining projects and massive construction infrastructure venture. In fact, a significant portion of deforestation in the Amazon is driven by the demand for new construction and resource extraction. So money that could be used to help countries grow is actually harming the environment. You may have heard of green finance, which is about investing in projects that help the environment, but there are issues. Rich country control most of the green bond market and fund that supposed to be good for environment often invest in things like fossil fuels. This is like trading the symptom of an illness, but not the illness itself. For example, a green bond fund may promise to support renewable energy but end up investing in natural gas. So well the label say green, but reality can be different. Another issue is that when rich countries make rules to protect their own environment, polluting companies sometimes move to pro countries where the rules are not as strict. For example, a huge amount of the world electronic waste is sent to pro countries, causing serious pollution problem like dirty rivers and bad air in those countries in Asia. One notable example is the e-waste problem in countries like India and China, where where large quantity of outdated electronic are dumped, create more environmental and health issue. This cause serious pollution problem. such as contaminated water sources and hazardous air quality. The world is trying to address this issue, for example, through the Paris Agreement. However, rich countries have not provided the promised fund to poor country for climate change mitigation. Much of the investment goes to profitable new energy projects, leaving some countries still waiting for help. Singapore has taken major steps to tackle environmental issue, implementing a carbon tax to encourage emission reduction like green technologies and renewable energy projects like solar power. Carbon trading is another tool that's supposed to help, but it is also become a way for some people to make a lot of money. So instead of focusing on reducing pollution, companies are sometimes more worried about making money from trading carbon. For example, companies like BP and Shell use carbon trading. They say this help them reduce their pollution, but many people don't think it's really works or is fair. Even the green bonds, they are trust issue. For example, a green bonds fund may promise to support renewable energy, but instead invest in natural gas project. Our fund may go to large hydroelectric project that disrupt local ecosystem and displace communities. This greenwashing make people doubt whether green finance is very good for the environment. So it's a difficult balancing act. We need to find ways to grow financially while also protecting the environment. Right now, the money is not being shared fairly, with rich country getting most of it. There are also problems with things like green rating, which are supposed to help investor choose environmentally friendly project, but they are not very consistent and often companies focus on making money quickly instead of thinking about the long term. To fix this, we need some big change. We need a better system for tracking carbon emission around the world. We need to give organizations like the UN better way to enforce environmental rules, and we can use technology like blockchains to make sure things are done honestly. In conclusion, we have to make some big change to how we manage the global economy if we want to protect the environment. According to World Bank, the global economy has grown at 3.4% per year, but this had led to alarming ecological scale. We need to find a way for economy and the environmental to both thrive. Thanks you.